So I'm going to show you my little device today, what I got, and we're pretty good. These are actually the Quantum 2 V2 Pro goggles I got. This is what I got in the box, and this is what it came included. All those items and the cables included. Velcro straps. I paid about 60 bucks, but there's a lot more inside of this thing. It didn't come with instructions, but it came with the jack. I'll show you my setup right now. We're still picking this up from the husband drone right now. It's actually that, but no big deal. This is actually hooked up to this. I'm going to show you my setup, what it looks like. This is actually, these are actually frequencies you can use it for. That's actually frequency 4 and channel 1. So it's on channel 41, but that's frequency 4. This is a cloverleaf antenna I got attached to. It's on a 4-foot tripod, you can see. Very quite well indeed. I'll just try to turn around so you don't see it on that. So this is the Quantum Leak goggles, you can see. It's a display. I got one of those 11 point, well, this is a Florentine. I'm going to show you what it looks like so you don't get screwed. That's the kind of battery I'm using, a 3-cell battery. That's actually what it is. It's running 11 volts to it. It's running to this connectors right here. These connectors, you can put almost everything. I put it all inside this little thing here. It should be able to do really quite good. I know it's like that, but it actually keeps the receiver inside. I actually made this the other night. I actually soldered this together with that connector. Usually this is the connector that goes right to this thing here. This is actually what I put in the Quantum Leaks, the Quantum V2 Pro goggles. I paid at least $60 for these goggles. They usually go for $30 on some sites you can get. But you can put the receiver on it. You can attach more video cables to it. So it's really working really good. Really quite good. So I can extend the range a little better on these things. That's really quite awesome. And I'm going to show you a little bit what they look like inside. So let's see if I can get it in here. This is actually what I put the phone on the side of this thing. That's actually what it looks like. If I can get it in here, you should be able to see it. That's actually looks like at my backyard I'm looking at right now. You can see it right now. That's all the way up by the ladder I sit up there. If you guys seen the pool ladder many times, that's how far it's from the house from there. That's about 200 feet from my house. But these clover leaves can go at least 2.2 miles away if they do really good. That's what they are. That's actually from the husband drone. I tried other cameras, they actually look better quality than this. And we should be able to do good. And what I haven't tried it out because my husband drone does not work, but it still works this way. But I have to get one. I'm trying to build a tiny type design. I actually got the chip for this husband for the remote, and I'm supposed to be designing it real soon. I also had a tablet this week, but I'm going to get it repaired for myself. But it's a tablet, still works really good. It actually does pretty good on my drone, my DJI drone, pretty good. This one is the $60 goggles. Instead, you don't have to buy Fat Sharks. You can get these. And they came all the way from California, I think they are. I'll just link the description down below where you can get one of these things. Well, what I like about this goggle here, you can put other receivers on it. The one you just saw with the receiver with the channeler. You can put other different kind of receivers, like a Duracell receiver, like the best one they can get for a $40 receiver, and it tunes like 3 antennas at once or 2 antennas at once. You can hook them up. It's like your own personal Fat Sharks. The only thing you got to do with this, I put one of the goggles, like the 1.25 lens, on the back of the side of it. No, on the front of the side of it first, on the front area. But on the back side of the lens, I put a 1.5 lens on the other side. A lot of people say they use that way to make it really work good. and you get this magnification. So I have it 16 by 16 on this one. It's got features, you can switch it to 4.3, it's got a brightness and all that stuff, you can adjust it. It is a perfect goggles for everybody to have. It's good for, it's not for drones. It's for RC helicopters, airplanes, drones. You can hood any camera on this and it will work, as long as there's a video jack to this. You can even watch a movie on this if you want, but it's running on batteries. And the way you gotta do this, you can attach the battery to this when you wear this, or leave it outside just like I did here. You can actually put the receiver on the side, but I had to hot glue this yesterday to get the phone in the perfect shape. And I could always upgrade it a little bit better later on to do that. So it's a perfect goggles that I can actually take the receiver out of the box and put it on the side. You can also put a DVR recorder in this thing if you want, like that, but it usually records from the remote from the husband drone when I'm trying to get it designed that way. So that's what I had to do yesterday, hot glue all this. These glass, you cannot get, you have to get a micro cloth for this to clean it up. But what you do, this is actually what it looks like. You have to slip it on, but why I'm putting rubber bands on it, so I can actually go in here and clean it out anytime. Best way is put rubber bands, don't hot glue it. The only thing you have to hot glue is these things right here on the sides. But this receiver is working really good. Very awesome. It's an RC 332 model. I tried my other cameras last night for it. It's really quite good. And I did a really good job on this. So I got this during over the week on Friday. I got these goggles, but it's still working outside, and I can't believe it. But I was looking at it, you can zoom it out to make the magnification look that quite good. And I'm looking at it right in my backyard right now, so when you fly with this, you feel like you're inside the machine, but you gotta know how that works. So I'm gonna let you go. Have a wonderful week this week. This is Richard. Catch y'all later.